Hi, today we are going to be making origami tiaras or crowns. So we will get started. First you're gonna put, if you have pattern paper, you're gonna put the pattern face up. And we're gonna fold it in half so it makes a rectangle. Make sure your creases are good. Creases are very important with this. And then we're gonna fold it in half again. And as you see, it was lengthwise that time. So now we're back to a square. Open it up. And now we're gonna fold along both sections of that square so you're making little rectangles. Just so seems good and tight, and as you see, they are meeting in the middle there. Now you're gonna stick your finger inside of there and make the one seam come up and meet the two halves of the paper. And we've seen this move a couple of times now. Get those seams real good and tight. There you go, you can see it now. Make sure those seams are all matching up. And it's gonna make like two little houses. You can see all kinds of triangles and squares, lots of folds. Flip it over, and along those seams, you're gonna fold it back. And repeat it on the other side. And again, the two halves of the paper are gonna meet right in the middle. And then you're gonna fold the bottom half up. And then we're flipping it back again, and we're going to fold the entire paper in half. And we're gonna fold the top layer back so it forms a little triangle, and repeat it on the other side. And the two halves of those triangles should meet exactly in the middle. Make sure your seams are real good and tight because they're gonna come into big play here in a little bit. Now you're gonna tuck your finger in there, and we're kind of repeating just a smaller version of what we did a little bit ago, where your seam meets the little folds of the paper. And you're gonna repeat that process on the other side. There we go, make sure it's all nice and lined up. Now this next portion is a little tricky, so try to follow along because it can probably go a little smoother than what I can explain. You're gonna hold one half of the triangle down, open up just the one side, and we're pushing in along the seam. And we'll show that again too on the other side. You're holding down one side of the triangle, opening it up, and pushing in the seam. And there you go. So it looks like you've got like three little peaks there, the three little colored peaks. And now you're going to take, we just lifted it up, and there's the little extra white triangles there. We're just folding those under. There we go. That looks like little mountains. Now we're gonna repeat this process on the back side. So if you didn't quite catch it the first time, maybe you will this time. So we made our two triangles on both sides. They meet in the middle. I'm gonna open it up. We're gonna make that smaller seam meet along the fold line. And repeat it on the other side. And then press them down real good and tight. Like, then this is where your folds come in so importantly, because the paper will naturally fold along these little crease lines that you've been making. That one, I think that showed you where those little seams are real nicely. And then we're repeating the process of folding the little white portions down. And so both sides now have the three little triangles, so you can kind of start to imagine it taking shape. She's opening it up. She's sticks 2 fingers in. Oh, there we go. Just to open it up, fill it out. And it just naturally kind of takes its shape all by its little self. Ta-da! There you go. Now she's got a new crown. There you go.